Hello, modelers. So, following on from the DLE 35 RA repair that we did to spark plug cap, obviously now the engine's running. I did say in that video that it needed some fine tuning, but I thought before I start doing anything like that, I am going to look in this carb. Obviously, I don't know anything about it. I don't know if anyone's messed with it. Or whatever. So before I put the plane to the sky, I am going to service the carb. I've got a full kit here. I thought, well, it's better to do it. I know then that I'm the last person that's messed in there. I know that it's how it should be. And then I can tune it up and get the engine working as it should be. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to strip this carb down. I'm gonna do a full service on it and a clean. Although I don't think it actually needs a clean, so it is quite pristine to be honest. But I'm gonna do it anyway. I did think originally when the engine wouldn't run, it was a metering issue on the carb, but the way it meters the fuel. Obviously that proved to be wrong, as it was a spark issue. Yeah, so I did have spark on the engine. It just obviously wasn't strong enough. It was losing its power through that broken insulator. So yeah, we'll strip this down. We'll do a service on it. It's a WT series carb. It's a Walbro carb. I mean, you'll all know this. Same sort of thing you get on chainsaws and, you know, sort of garden machinery. Pretty straightforward, not a lot to them. Service kit you get off Amazon. Well, I got this off Amazon, really cheap. So yeah, before I found out why the engine wasn't running. When I first looked at having a go at starting the engine, it wasn't pulling any fuel. So what I did do, I didn't take the carb off. I just turned the airplane upside down, undone this screw, and just changed the diaphragm, the pump diaphragm inside, which fixed that issue. It allowed it to pull some fuel through. It did have the rubber diaphragm pump, and I changed it to the Teflon one. That's my sort of the diaphragm type pump that I choose to use is the Teflon one. They're just more flexible. They give you a good fuel flow. They're better all round sort of diaphragm, and they can cope with like ethanol and stuff, and they'll cope with heavier fuel oil mixes as well. So that's sort of my choice. You do get other ones. You get the acetate one, which I think they're sort of meant to work in colder temperatures, but they don't pump as well, not as flexible. And then there's a rubber type, which is the one that was in here. That is the most flexible, but it won't stand any ethanol. And if you leave them sit, they do sort of dry up. So the best sort of go-to one, or the best that I think for a model airplane engine, is the Teflon one. That's my sort of choice. So yeah. So we'll service this, and probably like later today or tomorrow I'll go and put it on the model, and then probably tomorrow I'll run the engine again and do the fine tuning. I'm not going to do that today because it is Sunday. So I say, anyone knows, I was hoping to fly this aeroplane this weekend. I mean, yesterday was quite decent, but I ended up at work. But I was close to flying field, and I did happen to just get half an hour break and go and see my mate, and I had a little fly around with his Piper Cub. So you didn't see that video was on yesterday. Today is a decent day for it. I'd have liked to have been there, but the airplane's not ready, so it's one of them. So yeah, so we'll service this. I'll get it on the airplane later today or tomorrow, and I'll run it up and tune it up, but the next time you'll see the model will be at the flying field anyway. But it should all be sorted. But I just wanted to just have a look and sort it out. So let's get into it. There's probably absolutely nothing wrong with it really, to be honest with you, but it's one of them. It's just, I'd sooner know. They're very straightforward, these carbs. There's nothing to be scared of in servicing one or cleaning one or whatever. So I may as well just do it, and then I know the condition and the state it's in. Old diaphragm, that'll get changed. The gasket, which will get changed. So there's our metering lever. What you get in the kit is you get this this tool to set the height of the metering lever, because it is important. This is a WT series carb. So on that centre part there, you'll see it says WT. So you sort of run that across there. That needle has to be underneath. I think somebody has been in here and messed in here, you know, because when you adjust these needles, you actually bend them. It's the only way to do it, to get the height underneath, to get that underneath there. But this is kinked. It's not bent in a straight line like that. It goes up and then comes down. You're not going to see it, I don't think, but it is kinked. Just notice that straight away. That's not ideal, so we'll change that anyway. Right, the bottom plate where the pump side is. I'll change that gasket, and that's the diaphragm that I changed not long ago, so I'll probably keep that in. We'll see. There's a filter mesh in there. Get that out and pop a new one in. Probably nothing wrong with it, but it looks clean enough. Soaking wet. There we go. That's that. It's actually clean, but I'm gonna change it. We may as well go all new. Right, let's take out these high and low needle settings, mixture settings. Now on these Walbro carbs, you can't get these the wrong way around. They're different thread sizes. The ones are a wider thread than the other, so they can only go in one way, so don't worry about that. Just take them out, pop them to one side. I have the recommended DLE settings for these here. It's 1 1/4 turns out for the low speed, and 1 1/2 to 1 3/4 turns out for the high speed. So that's where we'll start, which is where I reset them to when I started the engine up the other day, and they was, I think the one was 3.5 turns open. So something's going to ride with this. I think somebody who doesn't know what they're doing had tried to get this engine running, and I do think it's the reason why I got the plane so cheap. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. So I'm going to take out the metering lever. I'm going to put new in. I don't like that. It's bent. It's kinked. down there. And put your thumb over that, because there is a spring underneath and it will all come flying out. Just turn it upside down and get it all out there. There we go. So we have a spring that sits under the lever, the metering lever itself, and the bar that holds it. I'm going to slide that bar out. I'm going to show it, see if I can get this lever up to the camera so you can see how it's kinked as opposed to in a straight line. If that's going to pick that up. It sort of goes straight then bends down, but it should sort of flow straight from the point of the bar there where it sits in. Whether that's going to make any difference or not, I don't know, but I don't like it, I know that. So there's a little, what do you call that, kind of, it's like a float, goes up and down, loads of fuel in. So we pretty much stripped. It is really clean. I'm just going to pop that Welsh plug out, pop in, and we've got a new one, may as well put it in. Now be careful with these. What I do is get a spike, or you can get like a punch or small screwdriver, and you just gently drive it in and it will just pop out. So it's just there's I think there's 2 or 3 little sort of holes, little jets under there. Just be really careful, but you just do, you know, you just, if I can, this up, just pop it, just working in, you'll pierce, once you get a hole in it, it'll come out. There we go, that's it, simple as that. And there's just yeah, three tiny little jets in there. So we got all new, we've got new Welsh plugs, we've got new springs and stuff, so we'll do a full service, we may as well. So there we go, that is completely stripped, really, well, as much as I want to strip it for service. I've got the carb cleaner here. I'm going to go and take this outside. I'm going to blast this through, basically just get the straw everywhere there's a hole, just blast it through. I'm going to go and do this outside, I'm not doing it in here. I'll do that, I'll let that evap off, I'll come back and we'll reassemble it. So I'll see you in a minute. Alright guys, right, I've been outside and I've cleaned that through the carb cleaner. It wasn't necessary, that was extremely clean, but it's done. I know it's done, so I know peace of mind, there's no oil residues or anything, you know, any blockages or anything like that. So I know when I put this back on, it's fully serviced, it's fully clean. I can tune it knowing it's, you know, working at its absolute best. So yeah, so let's get into our kit and pop all this back together. Now this does get fiddly, or will get fiddly, especially with my big clumsy fingers. So there's a new spring for the metering lever. There's a new metering lever. A valve, all new. And a new bar. Okay. So I think that's where we'll start. We'll start with that because it is the most sort of awkward to do. So it really is, you know, you've got to be, really need little tiny fingers to do, really. So bar through there. And then you drop that to there like that. These really are tiny components. Spring in the cup. And hopefully I can do this in one. Oh. Right. Right, it's all gone flying. That carb cleaner, it's strong stuff, you know, it's pretty potent. Right, I'm back after about an hour of fumbling about and losing springs and things flying all over the place. Me and my big clumsy fingers managed to get that little metering assembly put together. We've got the height perfectly set. We've got the metering lever springing backwards and forwards, and we've got a fairly straight, well, much straighter lever than the last one that was kinked. So yeah, happy with that. We'll just now drop in our filter gauze in there. Just pop that in. See, that's seated nicely. Yep, there we go. And now for one of the more awkward jobs is the Welsh plug, which I seem to have lost. No, there it is. So these Welsh plugs are domed, they're like a dome shape. So what we do is there we go in there, drop that in, so it drops in place like that. Now what we have to do is we have to find something that's just the diameter of that or close to, put it on and just give it a tap that dome down, and it will spread out and it will seal in. So I'm going to actually use the back of my spike, so that's about the closest thing I've got. Put that there like that. Take a hammer and just gently, very gently, just until you flatten it out. And that's that, that's perfect. What they used to do in back in the day when alcohol and ethanols and stuff was in fuel, they used to get nail polish and put some nail polish around there to create a seal, but we don't need to do that. We don't need to do it these days. So we'll start at the top with the diaphragm side. So what we need to do is get our new diaphragm, which is there, and our new gasket. Now, diaphragm gasket is that one. So gasket first, then the diaphragm. that way round. And the top plate. Four little screws. That's that done. And the bottom. Like I said, these are the diaphragms I really like to use, is the Teflon ones. I think they just work. For model airplane engines are just better, that's what I think. Is that a gasket? Yeah, that's the gasket we need. So, diaphragm gasket. So this goes no, that's the wrong gasket, that's why. That's the one I'm after. That one. That's it. So gasket on there first, and then the diaphragm. Now, just for high and low needles. Take them down until they stop. So we want 1 1/4 turns on the low. That's 1. Roughly 1/4. And 1 1/2 to 1 3/4 on the high. One and a half and I'll just go a little bit in between. There we go. That's a serviced Walbro WT carb. I can put that on the aeroplane now and know that that's pretty much as it should be. I'm happy with that. Hopefully all be good. I'll get it running tomorrow. I'll get it tuned up tomorrow. Hopefully either sometime in the week, depending on the weather, or the weekend, I might be able to get the the maiden flight, or my maiden flight, done with this plane. I'm really looking forward to it. Can't wait for it. Yeah, just looking forward to it. So thanks for watching, guys. Like and subscribe and stuff. Again, like I say, this isn't a tutorial or a how-to. This is just following my little journey in the RC hobby. The things I'm finding, things I'm up against, and how I'm resolving them. Hopefully, you know, that might give somebody the incentive if they need to service their own carbs or whatever, or you know, just following the journey, guys. So before you go, do you like my pink hammer? It's actually not mine, it's my wife's. I came down from the shed with the tools to do this job, and I left some up there. So I've gone in the cupboard and I've gone in a little toolbox, and I borrowed a little pink hammer, a little pink screwdriver, and somewhere there's a pair of pink pliers. So yeah, nice little pink tools to service a Walbro car. Nice. Thanks for watching, chaps. See you in the next one. I don't know what it'll be. I might do a tour of the workshop. Show you what, you know, just a little tour. Show you what's in there. Show you what projects have got to be done. What's going to be up and coming. That sort of thing. So, but I'm hoping to get lots more flying videos in. Just weather depending. So, yeah. Cheers, guys. But yeah, that's how you service a Walbro WT series carb for DLE engine. Simple as that. Parts off Amazon. Easy to get, cheap. Service is easy, cheap. Yeah, it's all clean, all serviced, all good to go. I can tune that up now. So yeah, thanks, guys. Catch you in the next one. Ta-ra.